Hello. So I've just got a new Lego cabinet set up, so I thought I would give a quick tour. So yeah, let's have a closer look. The top shelf is all pirate stuff, so we'll start there. I've kind of tried to arrange them in order of when they were released. So over here on the left we've got Elderorado Fortress. Now, the observant ones will notice that is the wrong base plate. Miraculously, I didn't notice that. The story behind it is that I got two of those base plates in a job lot a few months ago, and at the same time I found quite a lot of pieces from Elderorado Fortress. So naturally I just assumed it was all part of that set, and I started building towards completing the set. It was only when I put a speed build on this channel that somebody commented and said, "Oh, actually you've got the wrong base plate there," which I couldn't actually believe, because I'm usually quite good. I've got quite a good attention for detail. I've since bought the correct base plate, but I haven't got round to disassembling and putting the right one on. But I have got another one of these base plates, which I'll show you in a second with another set. So from that first wave of pirates, we've also got Sabre Island there. Back goes very well with the Elderorado Fortress. Creates quite a foreboding large settlement. Shipwreck Island down here. I've had quite a few of them sets over the past few months and parted company with them on eBay. You get a little bit of everything with that, with the cannon and the treasure chest and the monkey and the parrot. I've also got the box for that at the back. Also at the back there we've got Castaway's Raft with the box. Had that when I was a kid, that set. I built it in the back of a car, I think, on the way home from the shops. And then here we have Forbidden Island, which is, as most of us know, a really nice set. So moving on, over this side, we've got Cannon Cove. When I bought this, it was in quite a bad state, but I've cleaned it up, wired some of the bricks, replaced some of the parts, and that's now looking nice. In the background, we've got one of the smaller pirate ships, Renegade Runner. I'm not too sure how I came about that one. It was one that I pieced together over time. Worth noting that that sail is one that I've made actually. I wasn't ready to part with the cash. The front sail, that is. The main sail with the skull and crossbones on is an original one. I might do a video on how to make the sails actually. You know, if you're a purist, you're probably going to want to get hold of the sail, but certainly for the time being, for display purposes, making one in the way that I've done there does the job. Then moving over here, we've got Enchanted Island. This is pretty much complete. I think I just need a couple more of those horn pieces for some of the minifigures' heads. So that's Enchanted Island. Moving down to the next shelf, we've got Skull Island. And I absolutely love this one. I got this for a steal on eBay. Some fella was selling it for cheap because it was listed as incomplete, but when I checked the photographs, it wasn't that incomplete. It just needed a few sort of fairly standard parts. So yeah, got that for a really good price, that one. Over here we've got Rocky Reef, which was a set that I wasn't too familiar with, but when I saw it on a YouTube video and saw the action feature whereby the pirate's digging for treasure and he awakens a skeleton from the rocks. I had to snap that one up as quick as possible. And then over on the right, it's not quite complete yet, but off the back of, like I say, getting 2 of those base plates, over here we have Rock Island Reef. So I'm just waiting for a couple of parts for the boats. So at the moment the dock area is boatless. And there at the back as well, there's a grey castle wall that should be a black one. But other than that, it's a complete set. And then right at the back, we've got the most modern pirate set that I've got, and that is Loot Island. And I got this for my birthday off my wife in 2009. So to some that'll be still vintage now, but to me it's fairly recent. Moving back over this side, some of the stuff that I had when I was a kid was this Voicemen stuff, so I'm kind of passionate about the Voicemen stuff. Had the big set there when I was little. I've rebought it since, which is the one we see here. I've also acquired the other 3 bigger base sets: Camouflaged Outpost and the Voicemen's Hideout. And I've got the Voicemen Hideout box there at the back as well to go with it. And then a Voiceman set that I wasn't familiar with because it was only released in the US was this one, Voicemen's River Crossing. Now, again, some people will notice that base plate, no, that is not an original base plate. This may be frowned upon slightly, but I've spray painted my own base plate, and I've got to say I've not done a very, very good job of it. It was a bit of a learning curve, but to buy that base plate, there's one on sale on eBay at the moment for £100, and then the rest of them I'd have to get imported. So that might be something I'll look to do at some point, but I'm certainly not paying £100 for it. I've got a few more of these green 16x32 plates, so I might give it another go at some point and see if I can do a bit of a tidier version of that. But for the time being, it kind of does the job. The minifigure down there I think isn't original either. It's the same figure, but this is a newer version. Keeping within the castle theme down here, I've got the Knight's Castle at the back. I didn't have any of these castle themes as a kid, so these are fairly new to me, really. Got the blacksmith's workshop there. And then I think this one is King's Castle, is it? Bit woolly on the names of these ones, but I think, yeah, I think that one is King's Castle. Then we've got Royal Drawbridge and Skeleton Surprise. And at the back, one of those tiny little sets that they don't do anymore, which is King's Catapult. Moving back over here, on the bottom shelf, theme that I wasn't too familiar with until a few months ago, which is the Western. I love this set. In the background there, I've also got the Sheriff's Lockup, which is in the box. I'm just waiting for a couple of pieces because it's not quite complete. I need a couple of the minifigures and a window piece similar to that one there with the bars on. But yeah, I love them, and I think I'll probably be collecting more of these Western sets. And then I'm not as interested in space stuff, but you know, they're still good to have. A couple of Blacktron 2 sets there. Space Police 2. M-Tron colours. Absolutely love them, the red with the yellow highlights. So there we go, that was just a quick tour of my vintage Lego collection thus far. I've got a few sets that I'm looking to complete. One of them is the School's Eye Schooner actually. I've just received some pieces for that from a Vinted order. At this rate I'll probably need another cabinet, although I am running out of space along that wall. I might look at some of these sets in more detail in the future, might do a few speed builds, but I've also got some ideas for other vintage Lego related projects on the horizon as well. So if this is your bag, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.